Yeah. Okay, everyone. This is for reals. This one is real. Believe it. Okay, so I'm going to agree to this. So everyone else is agreeing? Yes? Let's turn up the volume just a little bit. Does that sound about right? It's a little bit too loud, maybe? I think that's about as loud as it gets, but... Here, let me do that. Okay. Okay. Everyone agrees. I agree for us all. I like this nice little cheery music right after the warning that this game is not okay for children. It's just delightful. It's the absolute best in my... I think that should do it. Yeah, that should do it. Okay. We got it. It is gotten, and it's shown. Okay, cool. Okay. It's not full screen for me, but it'll be full screen on there for you guys. Yeah. Now let's see if I can do the voice acting. It's gonna be rough, guys. It's gonna be rough, I promise you. Okay. No more delays. Yeah, I was going with Chiron. I think they add some san and stuff to your name. The honorifics and whatnots. Oh god, it begins. God. This is my... Sorry. My anxiety is like right here right now. God damn. Yeah, don't make fun of me, man. Come on. Shut up. Hey, I can't. God damn. Give me a second, guys. Not quite. Alright, let's give it a shot. Let's get another shot. Hey! And you see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Yeah, she's just the worst. The girl Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. It's funny he didn't talk to her about her like she was a good friend there, did he? Awful person. Awful. Let me know if the volume levels are good. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Okay. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. Yeah. If she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Oh, jeez. See, we're such a jerk. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. I am a jerk. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Chiron. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Just the worst. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Oh, God. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. I hope none of them see us. By the way, Chiron, have you decided to join a club yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested. Ah, that's not me. That's me. That's not her, that's me. I told you already. I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Eh? That's not true. You told me you wanted to join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible I did. In one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's on about. Suri likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I can relate to that. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I was worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. She said NEET. That's great. If anyone doesn't know what NEET is, I can explain. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs that makes you happy. Yeah, start brain socializing. I don't know. No promises. Yeah, it's NEET is not in education, employment, or training. It's a word for anyone who's a grown-up who is a useless piece of crap. That's a little bit rough. That's a little bit rough. Let's not go that hard. Let's not go that hard. Some people just have a hard time, okay? But if you have a chance to better yourself, do it. Alright, back to the game. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? Yeah, she's like half your size, man. Stand up for yourself. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Yeah, I have a feeling we didn't actually agree to join clubs. We kind of said like, I guess, and she kind of took it and ran with it. Anyway, the school day isn't as ordinary as it get. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. That's a mistake. Hello? Sayori. Sorry, I must have come into the class while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Aw. We made her sad. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. Well, good for her. That's great. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring you in a new member, and that Suki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. It's also just to let you guys know, it's a common thing in these kinds of stories in the Asian culture that the guy who's the main love interest is really a jerk at the beginning. That seems to be typical. I can't tell if Shiori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Yeah, no, cupcakes, man. I'd show up to a club I don't care about for cupcakes. Who wouldn't? Let's be honest. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. I'm noticing my voice for her is getting higher and higher as I go, so that's fun. We'll see how sure she is by the end of this. Unless today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs. A section of school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. See, she's already saying we're the new member. Not even asking us. I told you, don't call me new member. I glanced around the room. I'm still not sure the voice I want to do for her, which is bad. I'm thinking a little deeper. Not myself, but deeper. I don't know. Because I don't know if I want to go deeper than myself. That might be a little weird. What do you guys think? It's a little weird. Sorry. There we go. Plus, she's supposed to be the smart one. And I don't know if I want to make her sound like a big old idiot, you know. Like a whisper. Make it like a whisper like this. I could do it like that. That would be fine. Yeah, we'll do it like that. It'll be a nice ASMR voice. That's how I'll do it. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Meeting you, I mean. I can't speak properly. Sayori always says nice things about you. This girl's a bitch. So, she's gonna be a little bit more annoying, maybe. Seriously? You brought a boy? Obviously, I'll do a bitchy Valley Girl voice for her. Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Chiron. What a nice surprise. I'm trying to do her as motionless as possible. I know my voices are not very defined, but I am trying. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. You think she sounds like a chihuahua on speed? Interesting. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. You know it, sir. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry? Natsuki? Huh. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Yeah, I can't. I'll try to. I'll see. I'll shift it a little bit. We'll see. Her small figure makes me think she's probably for a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her. She gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back to the other girls. Very good advice, Sayori. I agree. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. Well, I want to capture the character, you know. It's not true. It's not true stage acting if you don't properly capture the essence of the character. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Oh well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. No, I can't get her voice. I want it to be robotic without being too robotic. Do you understand what I'm saying? Plus, my robot voice sounds a lot like my own because I am a robot. That's right. It's great to see you again, Chiron. Monica smiles sweetly. I think it's different enough. It's fine. We do know each other. Well, we really talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. Aw. We have no self-esteem, guys. So having her smile at me genuinely feels a little... you too, Monica. Oh, God. Sorry, guys. Hold on just a moment. Well, never mind. I'll no, let's do that later. Later, Carl. You can later. I will allow it. Okay. Come sit down, Chiron. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Thank you. Okay, so I will use that. God, that went bad. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. There, we'll go with that. We'll go with that with her. Yeah, it's not like there's... Yeah, they're not walking stereotype Starbane. That's fine. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Shriller. I'm trying not to make her that annoying, guys. Come on. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Suri mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. They don't give us a choice in this one, guys. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. And that's the face of nightmares right there. Okay, are you ready? I can't do it. Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. That's great. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. That's high creativity right there. Yeah, like what Cub has just cheered. What Cub was just cheered there. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Kawaii. Yeah, kawaii. Well, you know. I can't do it. Just hurry and take one. Yeah. That's as far as I'm going. Suri grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. Yeah, screw your cats. We demand dog cakes. It's delicious. Suri talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. Just a little bit of insight into my character here, guys. If you talk with your mouth full, I will destroy you. I turn the cupcake around on my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. A little bit later, Carl, we'll get some. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you... Sorry. I can't... Her voice is getting too high for me. Well, why are you God. I'm gonna have to do something with her. I can't have to clear my throat every time I do her voice. Why are you thinking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I'll try. I'll try. I'm just afraid her voice is too close to Natsuki's. Or, Sayori's, rather. I've actually noticed, guys, that it seems more common in Asian cultures to speak with your mouth full, or to chew with your mouth open. I don't know if that's just a bias on my part, on my limited sampling size, but it's something I have noticed. I thought you technically did. Suri said, well, maybe. But not for you, you dummy. Alright, alright. You do that, Carl. Do it. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. No slurping. No slurping. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before sitting down the teapot next to the teacup tray. Oh, cupcake tray. Teacup. What the f... You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Our character doesn't read everyone. He's illiterate and just is too scared to say it. Hehehe. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. You gotta watch it, Starbane. Mixer will get you. I meant that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. Aw, look, we cheered her up. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Yeah, the sugar. Just say you guys had cupcakes. Zoe brought me down here and I decided to do it. Yeah. Or that, Carl. That works too. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, you can say that. I'm sure she'd be fine with it. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Ha, well... Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I am fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Good for them. good to have an excitement about what you do. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Malika must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Well, it could also be because I'm a guy. Maybe. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. No, Carl, it's not that kind of literature club. This is the kind of club where you have to make the literature. It's your own literature. So, Chiron, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet, which is honestly quite a shock for her. Nah, not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that could change. Also, I believe is it still a social stigma in Japan to read manga? Is it still considered like a childish thing that people do? I know in the older generations it's considered that still, I thought, but... Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, we'll see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels. Oh, I'm not messing. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. She does like Tolkien, Carl. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Yeah, she's an extreme introvert. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Red flag number 1, everyone. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Are you guys playing rock, paper, scissors in chat? What is... Jesus. Ugh. I hate horror. Oh? Why is that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud. And give that back. Oh, Monika's just picking on you. Don't be such a spoil sport, Natsuki. Fine. Whoa, I don't know if I can do that, Carl. I'm not gonna. I can't yell. It's been too long since I've done her voice. I forgot what I did. Oh god. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. Don't pick on her because she's short. Come on. I am not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. I'm realizing I'm turning her into like a goblin or a bog witch. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Okay. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. I can't do both of them at the same time, guys. So gasp. Yes, Carl, that's how a typical anime would be going at this point, yes. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Chiron? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and this is the look of disapproval, everyone. I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Chiron? Yeah, man, I ate the cupcakes. That's a signed and legally binding contract. You can't just eat the welcome to the club cupcakes and then not join the club. That is what monsters do, and we are not a monster. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? You're not, and that's the point. Enjoy your hormones, son. That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I will join the literature club. Aw, see, They're also hopeful now. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I am so happy. Sori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Well, Carl. The thing is, they have their own levels of mental speed going on, so they all processed what I said at different speeds. I think I read that already. Hey. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. No, that's the post poetry reading activity, Carl. Monica looks over at me once more. Chiron, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up the food. Hey Chiron, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stays after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate that. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Dude, it's not about the literature club, alright? I mean, come on, look. Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing that poem tonight. Alright. On to the actual gameplay, everyone. I'm sorry? Okay. We're better now. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think the favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. So this is the gameplay. We have to choose 20 words, and 20 words that, and each of the words please one of the three girls. Oddly enough, Monica is not on the list of people we can choose. But the words we pick will make them happy, and the words will kind of go with their personality traits and what we've been told they like. So, Yuri seems to like the more cerebral stuff and kind of the more dark and disturbing stuff. Natsuki is more about cutesy stuff, and I think she likes animals more. And then Sayori is just everything else. So, if you notice, these little stickers on this journal are the stickers in my overlay. And so now is where we have to start making a decision of who we're picking. And unfortunately, for all of you, because of the way you guys have been choosing thus far, my favorite of the ladies is Yuri. So we'll be picking Yuri. Don't blame me, blame my upbringing. I'm sorry, man. I mean, to be technical, like she said, she didn't make them for me. She just made them. So really, they had nothing to do with me. So let's start picking words. See? Oh, see, they make a little, they do a little hop when they're all excited. It's great. So she likes this word as well. I'm fairly certain. No, she doesn't. That's not right. I think they mislisted that. Anywho, I think dream is one that she likes. Yeah. Yay! I think she likes misfortune, I'm pretty sure. No. Okay, so we can't be that. I'm almost certain she did like that word. This is saying she didn't. I like being kind of introverted myself. I like introverts a little bit more, and also I'm kind of into the darker and weirder stuff as well. So her being all about kind of weird stuff is more in line with my way of thinking. I'm pretty sure Fester is one. Dude, I'm introverted. Doing stuff online is way different than doing stuff online is way different than having to meet people together and do it in person. I think disaster is one. Yeah. You can't pick the words. I have to make Yuri happy. She doesn't like all your happy words, Carl. I'm pretty sure effulgent's one of hers. Yeah. She likes really big words too. She's a smart person. Entropy. She is a very depressed lady though. Like graveyard is one she likes. Oh, okay, I get you, girl. You're not that kind of lady, all right? You have to wine and dine. You have to wine and dine a lady like Yuri. You can't just pick the sex words. I think whirlwind is one of hers. Yeah. See, me and her on a level. I think variance is one of hers too. Yeah. Anxiety is one of hers. Inconceivable. That's right. If you say inconceivable to her, that will get you an in. I think, yeah. Pretty sure incongruent is one of hers. Yeah. I think if you pick anime, that's one of Sayori's. Misery. It's saying it's not one of hers. Isn't tragedy? No, it's not either. Really? Meager? Yeah, there we go. Meager. Okay. Doki Doki. Some of the words aren't for anyone. I think some of the words are incorrect picks, and they won't go to anybody really. I think. Existence. Melancholy. Pretty sure philosophy is one of hers too. Yeah. Let's just see. 100% Yuri. We did it. Lollipop. That's right. I think lollipop goes to Sayori. All right. Let's get back to it. Back to the reading, which is what this game is really about. Hi again, Chiron. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha 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 ha. Sayori is, she's more of a freak than you realize, dude. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. I think I said I at least keep my word. I read that wrong. Yeah. Well, I'm back to the literature club. It's a good thing I can't read properly with all this reading we're going to be doing. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thank you for keeping your promise, Chiron. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Sori told me you didn't even want to join the club this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. She is really nice. She's a pleasant lady. I can't see why anyone wouldn't pick her. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Oh, she reads the manga too, everyone. Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops down into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Chiron always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. This is true. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry? That's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Chiron could become good friends too? Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she has put me into. Oh. Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Well, wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? No, never mind. Sorry, made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? We can only hope, Carl. I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy, no matter what. Is that so? Baka. Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. You have that wrong, Carl. That's definitely not what it is. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, just discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Hurry, thank you, I'll definitely read this. Yeah, she picked us a book with the small words so we could understand. I enthusiastically take the book. Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Yeah, it's a reading for dummies book, and it just kind of explains the alphabet and how the letters sound with animal pictures to help us along. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Suri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Or she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more. Alright, here's where we get our branching past everyone. All the people are in their own little sections, so we're gonna go talk to the nice lady that we picked with our words. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. Taken by the T-Rex. Is that an actual book, Carl? I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. No, it's not that one. It's not that one, Carl. It's the book from that some European person wrote. It's about a woman and a bear. I think it's what is it called? I can't remember. I used to know what it was called. But it's a romance novel about a woman and a bear. That's what it is. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... I like this theme. This theme sounds like one of the songs from Secret of Mana. That little part did. Anyway. That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Sure. She played that off 100%. Whew. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? That's a good question. Why does she have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, and that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, okay. I see. Yeah, sure. She's playing this off just like a pro, like an expert. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well... That's dirty, Carl. That's too dirty for chat. You shouldn't. Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. That sounds like a dark fantasy book. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Apparently it's a book of the Illuminati. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. Yeah, this is a great book. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's right, Starbane. That's what that finger down the spine. Well, that's kind of dark, isn't it? You already made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Chiron? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those sort of things. Yeah, I have to. In the effort of full disclosure, Starbane, the covers were one of the reasons why we're going for her. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well... I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. That's right, Carl. We're reading all night. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. Oh, we're gonna be doing that, Carl. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. Oh, Yuri. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. I turn red because of the coughing. It feels like, and I'm drinking Big Red as well. It's sad. That's what it is. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. This is great. This is just the great. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. Teamwork. But in holding it like this, we'll hold it even closer together than before. See, we're touching that thigh. You said we should, and we're doing it. We're doing it very incognito with our thigh, but it's happening. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Yeah, the font's a bit closer. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, no, the book is on the left side. Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses all of the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Chiron, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that. Well, wait. Yeah, Starbrain, that's a good little gathering there. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know where you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. She scared us. We were really in our own little world there, guys. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. Yeah, I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. That's right, we are a heathen. We do not use bookmarks. We just close the book and hope we remember what page we were on. The euphemisms in the chat are really great. I appreciate it, guys. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica's wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Let's do Yuri. Let's do Yuri, everyone. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Yeah, she is the most experienced, Carl. That's another reason why we picked her. Exceptional. What's that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri's fist? I think she means fist. Yuri's fist covers her mouth. Oh, no, first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Okay, I got it, I can read. He's going to hate me. You didn't really do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. I'm a closet poet, guys. You found me out. Well, I know that. I just mean, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are very specific writing habits that are usually typical to new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself or me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share your thought process. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? I'm not going to read the poems in their voice. I'm reading the poems in my voice. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, and I flicker back. See, I told you, very depressing. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. That's just because I suck at reading. I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into Ghost Jury? I don't know how to say that. Hoo-hoo. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Chiron. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets can often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. Yeah, you have to wait till the next couple ones for that, Starbane. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I think she's trying to be nice and saying that we're just too dumb to understand it. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. I don't think we ever get to actually read the poem we write. That is true, Starbane. You think so? Of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Chiron. For us. Me too. Well, they could... I mean, they could have like a poem we're trying to use for Yuri and a poem for Sayori and a pure poem for Natsuki. Okay, let's go with Natsuki now. We have to pick everyone, so... Lots of ellipses, guys. Yeah, the super secret romance, that's right. It's very difficult to get Monica. Okay, now I have to remember what her voice was. Think Hamtaro? Okay. Chiron, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read that. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. You know, you'll probably think it's stupid. And I will. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Her poem is depressing in its own way. I also like how the music's changed over to like a little kindergartner on a xylophone style music. Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks the writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I guess I understand. But the other nice things about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Yeah, your 3-word sentences. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling of the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. And that's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old anyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. She 100% does, Carl. Sayori. This is a good poem, Chiron. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. Not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I won't. That doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Chiron. Deep down, deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. No, she definitely does not. Well, you see, Carl, you start out, unless you're an inhuman monster, you start out with that first thought. But then, you start to actually humanize the women. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? Lots of fun. That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. See about that. Oh, this is a nice one. Dear Sunshine. See? It's not the song's more happy and uplifting than it used to be. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. She calls it the sleepy. That's great. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Hers also is a little dark at the end there. If you caught that. Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be so mean. I tried my best. Yeah. Didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. Sun in, what is that? Sun in the sky, I know how I feel. I get all cranky. I guess there's no point in arguing. Maybe she has a little low blood sugar. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Hehehe. This was so much fun. Monika's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Jeez, man, come on. Okay. Hi, Chiron. Having a good time so far? I'm not doing her voice right. Oh, yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess if I have to. Don't worry, Chiron. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Uh-huh. Great job, Chiron. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect for you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That's how you do it, guys. That's sort of words of advice. If you start down here, you have nowhere to go but up. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Ha ha ha. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I am assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Yeah. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Well, you sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Yeah, and as you guys just noticed, the reason why she's not on the selection of girls to choose from to impress is because she acts more of like the tutorial person for us. She kind of gave us hints as to the ways we should pick words in order to impress each of the girls. So she's more of like I guess like a mom figure. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A nosy neighbor? Oh, a noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel. Blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Yeah, that's a drawback to old-fashioned bookstore, Bane. Is you accidentally cut yourself on occasion. So, what do you think? Well, it's very free-form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some time of epiphany. Oh, some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes, when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any kind of progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Woo. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. They are judging you. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. That's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Saori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes line on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange pieces of paper, or sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. I read Natsuki's poem, sure. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Yeah, hers. I don't know how we could worry about our poem being too simple with Natsuki's poem. She basically wrote a poem for 3-year-olds. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks. But it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. Huh. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have just asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Saori liked it, and Chiron did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. Yeah, I should have made her Gur. That's what I should have done, Carl. I should have made her Gur. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Chiron liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Yeah, this is great. Maybe you're just jealous that Chiron appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Aren't you that full? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. This is lovely. Excuse me, guys. Is everything okay? Everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Chiron started showing up. Oh my god. Jesus. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... I can't say both of them at the same time. This doesn't involve you. There. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Chiron? She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Chiron. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey simple feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Chiron? Well. They gotta stop doing the double P-person lines, guys. I don't know what to do. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. Whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be Natsuki. You're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? Huh? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feeling into it, and it's becoming something personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that at all. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You said that some things... You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should have too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sorry, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. She did not take that well. Natsuki? She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her own desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair. I am a master diffuser. No problems, guys. Sigh. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Chiron. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Ah, good idea. Tea is always a solution. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Can I offer you a hot beverage, as they say? Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Chiron, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Just like in Undertale. You are filled with a sense of determination. Chiron, I'm ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. She's great. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them now, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Whew. You know, Chiron, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. Well, that's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Huh. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught some of these... It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an eternal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay. Back to the picking Yuri words. We got it, everyone. Pretty sure Wrath is one, yeah. I think... No, Whisper's not one of hers? Weird. Could have sworn it was. Is Nightgown on ours? No, I don't think so. I'm not really seeing one that's hers, really. I'm not gonna think it was Cloud's, maybe. I'm gonna ruin my perfect run. I ruined my perfect run, everyone. Gotta reset. Nah, it's fine. We'll get enough to still be Yuri. You're allowed to screw up a couple times. Broken is Natsuki, or Sayori, really. Interesting. I thought you were Hopeless is one of hers. No, it's not hers. Okay. Hey, Fort Wolf's. No, we're doing Yuri already. This is the second poem. Yeah, I'm just writing that song. Thank you for following, Fort Wolves. I appreciate it. I'm trying my best at voice acting, so bear with me. I'm doing my best, man. I'm doing my best. I have some throat issues going on, and I'm not that good at it to begin with, so. Unrequited was Sayori, everyone. I wonder why that word was a bully for her. I don't know. It's hard to say. Well, we got a few Sayoris in there. That's fine. We got more than enough Yuris. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the last couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Sorry. Hi, Chiron. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. We just call her dumb, everyone. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Wow, we just shot her down. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. We're about to catch her red-handed, everyone. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins for I knew it. I can see right... Whoa, what did I just do? Oh, right-clicking hides the text box, everyone. So you know. I thought I did something bad. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How do you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves one option. I'm not sure how you say that exactly. Wah! I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Ha 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 ha. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't know she was listening in. Her face is in her book always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Chiron to let me borrow some money. That's... Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can reasonably afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. She's the arbiter of judgment over here now, everyone. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. That's... There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But, you wouldn't have come if it weren't for these cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Yeah, give him more credit. Until you brought up cupcakes, that he was not going to show up. Whap! What was that? Kia! I don't know where something smacks Kyori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Wow. Ow. What was that? A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just going to give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. No, I have to do all of them at the same time. It's just too much for me. It's just too much. Natsuki. See, I get Natsuki and Sayori too close together. That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. We're just going to ignore the fact she got smacked in the face with that cookie. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Cheese. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy you shared this one with me. She only did it so she could hit you in the face with it. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and then wraps her arms around her. Aww. See, she's so loving. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand. Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. That is true, Starbane. Chocolate is the best. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouth full, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Malika, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Malika isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just has something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Huh? You don't think she has a... she has another club. She's cheating on us, everyone. Huh. I wouldn't be surprised. I did her too deep. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry. I am super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Huh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Ah, never mind that. What held you up anyway? Ah. Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. Hahaha. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano. Piano? Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'm also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Chiron. I like that pose. That pose is cute. Monica smiles sweetly. Ah, I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Ha ha ha. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to leave out Sarah's mischievous escapade. Why? That was so cute. Why'd you leave that out? I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone had already settled down. Oh, I get it. Yuri somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to a book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. It's time for one-on-one time again, guys. Hey, Yuri. Huh? I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. Ah, if that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes. Yes. Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks so much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf The kind with a filter inside. They got the fancy stuff here. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and says... Okay, so give me a second. Okay. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? You gotta notice the legs sometimes. I mean, that's just how it is. Huh? We're just, Yuri is gonna make tea, so... I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water picture. Ah, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Chiron in club activities? Well then, my mouth gapes. She's really asserting herself. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Huh. Let's go, Chiron. She's taking control. She's very domineering right now. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forward against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, I just... Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but... It's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Chiron, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Well, because... Nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your own head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. Yep, those are life lessons for y'all. Don't live inside your own head. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Chiron, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you, too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway. Yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. It was a nice little moment. Chiron, do you like oolong tea? I've never actually had oolong tea, but yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. I've never had oolong tea. I've had green, various forms of black, and that's basically it. Yeah. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle at 200 degrees. Now it's Now it's time to get the tea. I can't do it. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less than that when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Yeah. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Yes, Starbane, it's the pig from Starbane. It's the pig from Dragon Ball. That's what Oolong is. So, tea is pig tea. Oolong tea is pig tea. There you go. We cracked the code. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches a teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. And decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway. We have a good influence, everyone. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Chiron. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Chiron, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. I don't know how she has chronic back pain, everyone. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Yes, I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. I don't think that's what she was saying. Good, fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. Somehow. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. I'm not sure how that he knows that, but sure. Yuri and I, well, I guess it's because chocolate goes to everything, right? Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. And as if in sync, we resumed the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it very hard to even harder to focus. I know, we're getting lewd up here. We're getting lewd up in here, guys. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Oh, the lewdness is amplified. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. Yeah, good. You try that. After a few minutes, I manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. Briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Oh, she's touching my leg now. That's second base, right? Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. No, you have to go. You have to go for it. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Eh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Oh, me. So, did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Chiron? Oh, sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. That's... Well... You were just helping. That's something that friends do. Right? Well, I mean... Not really in this kind of context, but... yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. Then... You don't need to stop or anything. Keep going, I told you. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book. But I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. We went too far. We may have gone too far, guys. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. But this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. She's begging us to do it. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. I don't feel comfortable reading this. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. Yeah, too lewd. We're getting too lewd, everyone. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone. That was a bit of a blue ball situation. Whoa! Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Chiron, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. Oh, Monica. That was getting good. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Since we were rudely interrupted. That's something I meant to mention too that I did the first time too. Me and my wife have read books together as well, and she is also a much faster reader than I am. I feel like I slow her down too often. Let's see what you've written for today. Oh, she's getting concerned. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Chiron, this one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Well, maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try and give it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. Oh, I guess we really impressed her. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah. It's just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. It's true, they're all going to laugh at you. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah. I do. If it's with you. If it's with? I guess she means if it's okay with you. The raccoon. This will be another happy, delightful one, I'm sure. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside of my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an ordinary human. Or as an unordinary human. Yeah. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phases and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon is taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. And every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Well, that was pleasant, wasn't it? It's nice of her to take care of that raccoon. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. Yes, yep, I know. I'm trying not to spoil it for people who haven't seen this yet. Don't worry. Everyone give your thoughts and theories on poems, because Psychoanarchist is quite right. Each of these poems is about the person who wrote them. So, everybody, yeah. See, even our character says it's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. Well, you don't have much imagination, Mr. Protagonist. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I can take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that's different. I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things that I'm usually forced to keep to myself. Well, yeah. Anyway, we'll get through this and then I'll talk. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Chiron? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening, feeding me chocolates. No, she didn't say it. There really aren't many people like you, Chiron. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing, but now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling, and you're to thank for that. It's nothing really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Isn't that sweet? But yeah, as Psychoanalyst mentioned, yeah, it's all metaphorical. She's not actually talking about a raccoon. And bread's not bread, if you know what I'm saying. Yuri has some self-esteem issues, if that hasn't come across crystal clear just yet. Bread. Yes, bread. Let's do Natsuki first. Or next, rather. Because her voice is easiest to do. Kinda. Huh. Thank you for following, Psychoanarchist. I appreciate it. Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort. That's good. But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki stops short all of a sudden. Yeah, she didn't realize she was complimenting Yuri there. Don't tell me. Huh? You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? Keep your voice down. You know Yuri would love this kind of angsty. God, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve. Though what I did is beyond me. I am so done with you. Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me. Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Yeah. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Yeah, screw Natsuki, who cares? Wow, she didn't even show us hers. we don't even get to see Natsuki's, guys. She said screw us, I guess. Sorry. Oh, I like this one, Chiron. It has some nice feeling in it. Oh, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. Yeah, she's riding the fence, guys. You can't just ride the fence like that. You gotta be honest. That's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go with my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. And then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of the whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Alright. Our poor guy. He's like, what? How am I even supposed to impress her if I don't know what she likes? If she doesn't even know what she likes. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Ah, you want to write... excuse me. Ah, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Huh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. She's such a waffle. She waffles everywhere. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes I like a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And make a nice, happy rainbow. Sorry, that was unexpectedly poetic. Eh, is it? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Chiron. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? We get to read her poem. She is a little bit all over the place. She's a very excitable person. Bottles. I popped... Whoa. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. Yeah. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other little balls. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts and bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I'll blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up, and then come my friends. And they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. So, this, of course, metaphorically speaking, this is doing something else. So this is not, to me, this is like her... She gives all of her happiness and good thoughts to everyone around her to try to make them happy. And at the end of the day, she doesn't have anything left inside for herself anymore. She gives everything she is to everyone else. And by the end, she has nothing left. All of her happiness has been given out to everyone else. Holy crap. Sorry, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. Yeah, her being cheerful all the time is what the poem's about. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Ah, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You got pretty passionate about this, huh? Yeah. I hope you keep it up. Yeah! Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. It's a little... yeah. Anyway. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Now let's go to Monica. Hi again, Chiron. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright, this one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. Yeah, I noticed that too. When she's talking about literature, it's like the light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that. You must be pretty into her. Huh? You completely misunderstood. Haha, calm down. I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. What, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but... well, there's not really anything going wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save Me. Good title. Oops. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless... Load me. That's not weird at all. That's perfectly fine. I like pizza crust. Huh. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of a thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with the space of the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines, really short, makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. Ah, I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Hahaha. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. Yep. So, putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. There we go. There, we have a save. Technically, if you want to speedrun the game to get all of the endings, if you want to speedrun the game to get all the endings, you have to save immediately before writing the first poem, and then load it back every time and go through everyone's story. That's how you speedrun the game. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? Well, I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all. But that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite for the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting in all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring that poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There was no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys? No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. We start at the event and each put on a good performance. Then it will inspire others to do the same. Don't poke Natsuki in the eye there. Careful what you're doing there with your hands, Monica. We wouldn't want Natsuki's eyes to get damaged. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings and being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? to inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place. I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting the poem, then I know you can do it. They don't seem so sure. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... Looks like Natsuki doesn't have an argument left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright! Yeah! Woo. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? You don't have a choice, Yuri. Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice. Haha, that's everyone! You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monica? This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Haha, of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips to her notebook to be the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. I didn't know we had a podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. See, she's been practicing. No, she's been practicing. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was good. That was so good, Monica. Haha. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. I can't. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Sayori. I mean, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. That sounds dark and depressing. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed in her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in the structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want her to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Oh, we've embarrassed her, everyone. We embarrassed her. Poor Yuri. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Poor Yuri. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm up next. Yuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori? It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins reading her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori means when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Yep, that's how writing often works out, really. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Hehe, even Chiron liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? Our character is such a dunce. He's so stupid. He doesn't get it. It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't have worked as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Chiron. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Chiron lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it. Whew. She is a nice lady. I can't imagine why I didn't want to pick her. Natsuki? It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident of my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Huh. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. Well, that's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. That's awful cute of her, isn't it, Starbane? It might be hard, but I hope that you all have your idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue it that way. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait! I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club. And the ladies. No, not impressing Monica. I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two. Always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Chiron. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. This got super awkward really quickly. Walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been like a few days, things have already changed. But today, Sayori's being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Aw, no wonder. I was thinking about something else. Something from earlier. I like we get to... I mean... Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You kind of put me on the spot here. Sorry, Sayori. My goth girlfriend is more important. Walking home with Yuri, huh? When does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful returning her down, so... Isn't she beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. Haha, you admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sorry. I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. Huh. If you say so. Conversation trails off, and I'm left feeling awkward. Well, she kind of brought it up. It was kind of her fault for chapping me with such a weird question. I just can't lie. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Who knows indeed. Yeah, there's not a huge selection of words here. There's lots. If you haven't been paying attention at all, there's lots of reuse. Suicide. That one was for Yuri. Weird. There's not really a lot for her here. I think Inferno is Yuri. Yeah. Fulgent. Uncanny. Graveyard. Oh, Misfortune's Sayori. That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right. We're getting a little bit of Sayori mixed in with our Yuri here. I think Vertigo is Yuri. Yeah, I'm trying to do this all just from thinking. Starscape is Yuri. Anger is Natsuki. Who would have guessed that? Intellectual, yeah. I remember you guys can't see my mouse cursor. Whoops. I probably should have been saying what words I'm picking. You can see it. Disaster. There, see. It highlights. You can see. Aw, man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked into. Were you practicing the piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. Ah! I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Huh? Weren't you complaining about it yesterday, Natsuki? Yeah, well, I'm not talking about our part of the festival. But it's a whole day of food, of school, where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a little bit like Sayori right now. All of a sudden. Malika, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people. I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monika. I don't understand. Can someone help me with this? I don't get it. That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Huh? Ah, never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Okay, so that was a little bit of meta humor, I guess. I'm sure in Japanese it translates better. Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Cherry's and Soraya's anyway. Excuse me. Where is Soraya anyway? Oh, there you are. Soraya is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Soraya. I put my hands in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh. Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Geez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sorry shows a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Soraya before turning back towards everyone else. But the conversation is already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Soraya recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending lots of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Chiron, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Soraya recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Soraya, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Yeah, she seems perfectly normal. Maybe there is something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Chiron. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? The POI, everyone. The POI. What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Chiron. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? Oh. She's been so much happier ever since you've joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. See, the issue with our character here is he doesn't realize that the only time he's ever seen Sayori is when he's been around. So he's the only person who can tell there's a difference when he couldn't tell there wasn't a difference when he's not around. It's only different now than it has always been. You're so funny, Chiron. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful? Because that's how she is when she's around you. Yeah, you dummy. Ah, I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Ah, okay. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else. But that's impossible to do when I know she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her? And I'm letting this weigh me down so much. Yeah, man. I can see that being the problem. If you're seeing somebody in like a friendship role their entire life, it's hard to start recognizing that there might be something else going on. Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary, but there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly, I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book. Yeah. But she looks away just as quickly as that, with a flushed look on her face. Very subtle. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord, so I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in the one next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How were you even able to tell I was thinking that? Well, it's something that I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In that case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those willingly sharing in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find more comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's not really that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic. Huh? Sorry. I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that, I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have been good friends. Have been friends for a long time, that's all. Oh, I see. Then perhaps it's a bit unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little bit too much. Chiron. The world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. Ah, so you think there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too. And I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she were searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Aw, you broke eye contact. Shouldn't have done that. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware you were in you. That is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yep. I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Just ignore it, it'll go away. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. I guess we skipped our scene with Yuri today. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Shiori. She was being super nice to Shiori. 100%. Chiron, your writing has only improved in these last few days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious even. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally. Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me. Yeah, it's being influenced by you. But I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. See, it's all thanks to her. You're really the example I was chasing after. Is that so? Yuri gently smiles to herself. This feeling... I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought I would feel like this. I remember you mentioning that yesterday. I can't believe that you're so good at something you've never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame. Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. What do you mean? What? Well... Yuri smiles sadly. Aw, poor sad Yuri. Chiron, during lunchtime, I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. Or people you just know would make a really good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. You know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. Oof, she has it rough, guys. People say that about you? I'm not a know-it-all, Chiron. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you that I really understood what was missing all this time. I haven't really done anything. No, that's wrong. Just being patient and respectful. That's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person, Chiron. I speak too slowly. I second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me just like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends. And I would say that I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you? If you put it that way, yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we? Yuri puts her head in her hands. This time she's smiling as she does it. Aw, we made her happy. Do you want to show me your poem? Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you. She's happy, guys. I have to say that though. I think in Japanese culture, at least, people with her body type, they do kind of get made fun of, don't they? She's kind of taller and bigger, and not like a little dainty lady. It usually gets made fun of, doesn't it? Because the ideal is usually like a little pixie. Yep. Ghost Under the Light Part 2. It's a sequel to the one. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It's also written a lot like the first one. It's crazy, Starbane. That's how it works. In the distance, a blue-green light flickers. A lone figure crosses its path, a silhouette obstructing the eerie glow. My heart pounds. The silhouette grows closer, closer. Open my umbrella, casting a shadow to shield me from visibility, but I am too late. He steps into the streetlight. I gasp and drop my umbrella. The light flickers, my heart pounds, and he raises his arm. Time stops. The only indication of movement is the amber light flickering against his outstretched arm. The flickering light is in rhythm with the pounding of my heart, teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? Giving up on understanding, I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch his hand, the flickering stops. Ghosts are blue-green. My heart is amber. Aww. Aw, she's not just being a ghost anymore, everyone. She's learned to reach out and have the amber glow inside her as well. That's just great. Finishing the poem, I start to hand it back to Yuri. But instead of taking it from me, she looks away. Do you dislike it? No, of course not. I just don't really know how she'll respond. Despite Yuri's poems usually being cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one was about. I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one. That's fine. I understand this one. No, amber, A-M-B-E-R. Like the resin that gets frozen. So it's more like a warm glow kind of situation. Yuri is having an even harder time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. I'm not really good with words, but I'm happy that you shared it with me. So thank you. And I hope we keep spending time together. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I see a faint smile emerge on Yuri's lips. See? She has a little smile. A little bitty tiny smile. I once again try to hand the poem back to her. But instead, Yuri gently takes my hands and pushes them back towards me. I hesitate in response to her warm touch. You can... The poem is... Once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. She's a little nervous, guys. You gotta cut her some slack here. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles as if she doesn't want me to know this. It's that tight-lipped smile of an introvert. You always make me feel nice. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope that I can return the favor sometimes. Yeah, don't worry. I think you do a good job. Yuri finally turns back toward me. I guess we should move on before Monica says something. But I'm sure we can talk again later. Yeah. I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiles at me, and I return to my seat so I can put her poem away. We got to keep her poem. That means we're special. Yeah, no thanks. You didn't even... Next! Woof. Well then, that was quick. We don't get to read her poem again. Isn't that so fantastic? Natsuki's a wonderful person, everyone. You should all pick her as your waifu. Huh. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry... Excuse me. You don't really need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Yuri. I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Chiron. She's so sad. Look at her. Sayori, is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Alright. Just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now. If you insist. Yay! I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sorry. Tell Malika I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sorori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. We don't get to read her poem either. Alright then. Okay. Let's try Monica. Maybe Monica will share with us. Hi, Chiron. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. Alright, Malika, take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Your style has gotten so refined, Chiron. Yuri's been teaching you a lot of things, hasn't she? She has indeed. Well, I guess so. Yeah, I've been noticing how much time you spend with her. I think I've heard her say more words these past couple of days than she's talked in the whole year. Not sure how you did it, but that's pretty impressive. Well, she just needs someone patience and a way to talk about all the things in her head, I guess. I'm still getting the hang of it myself. Huh. You certainly put in a lot of effort. You must really like her. That's... It's awfully suspicious, you know. Spending time with her in the club room every day. Reading that edgy novel with her. Well, I just feel bad that she has a hard time socializing. It makes me want to make sure she doesn't spend all of her time alone. Besides, the novel isn't too bad either, you know. Alright. I get you. Just be careful, alright? I know that Yuri isn't used to opening herself up. So if something bad happens while she's vulnerable, then it would be really hard for her. Her books aren't a total escape from reality. They're just a bandage. You say that like I'm gonna hurt her. Sorry, I didn't really mean that. If anything, she might accidentally hurt herself. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Okay. That wasn't ominous at all, was it, guys? Monica is perfectly fine. The Lady Who Knows Everything. This is a good one. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift in the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day, I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all things others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall and fall and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But the hand catches me between thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. So, I'm not quite sure what this one's about either, necessarily. I have my ideas. It seems like it's focusing on the idea that you can't really know everything, but also the idea that, I guess, even knowing a lot is not a happy thing. So seeking knowledge does not necessarily make one happy. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put that much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Ha! Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you would know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Ah, yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much time into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, or okay, or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. It's pretty good advice, actually. Gotta be open, honest, and constructive in your criticism and feedback. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me? You say something strange right now. Huh? Something did sound a bit unusual. What was it, everyone? What was it she said that was unusual? That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez! Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri is immune to it. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Shiori isn't here. Ah, it seems you're right. Sigh. Shiori always helps lighten the mood a bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck does she run off to anyway? I always thought I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. She acted like she wasn't... She actually wasn't feeling too well, so went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Well, time's not to not go home with her. You picked a time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Shiori. Yeah. Second, she's kind of been avoiding me today. So I didn't want to force it. Oh? That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people? Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier, and everything is fine. What'd she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so... let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. Cupcakes are the ultimate. But we might need a lot of them, and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Soraya will be helping me design them. As for Yuri... Yuri, you can... guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know? Huh. Now Natsuki's pouting too. Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sura enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. Ah, that may be the case. But if I can't also be leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you could make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? What about that? I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. I did a quick turn there. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Chiron. The one who's truly useless. Ha ha ha, don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that. Is Malika just not spend the weekend with one of my club members? She is. She's in fact telling you that you need to invite them over to your house and have a sleepover. That's what she's saying. How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give you. It's not like Monika's going to give me a choice, and it shouldn't be sitting on their butt anyway. Thank you, Natsuki. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Chiron might not be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with my decorations. Hold on! I never said that! How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Chiron to... Well, what are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't... Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Chiron to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said that. I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though. Jeez. Can we just sell this already? Yeah. Chiron, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Huh. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. I like how Monica's very, very subtly being like, hey, you kind of ignored me over here. You should pay attention to me, right? You should do stuff with me. Give me just a moment, guys. I need to get a drink. I ran out, and my throat... Okay. So we're always speaking Yuri, right? But Monica is really trying to inject herself into our social life all of a sudden. I'll probably be most useful helping out Yuri. Me? Are you serious? Why would you? Natsuki. I can already tell you're about to say something mean. No. I was just saying... So you'll help Yuri then, Chiron. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sorts of things, so I think your assistance will be very useful. Yeah, we will assist the hell out of her. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself? I mean, yeah. I already said that would be fine. Okay. Everyone can tell Natsuki is feeling a little sour. So is that everything we needed to go over? Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well... excuse me. Well, excited might not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, Chiron? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it turns out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Huh. Natsuki? What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. Oh, no. That's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Chiron picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do for these events will compare to that, so... I get it. I'm kind of surprised, though. Well, why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Natsuki is the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she's tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. No. I kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making such a big deal out of nothing. But I'm going to say this. Huh? You better bet my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event. Sorry. Ah. I believe you. I thought I clicked. Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out of here then. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monica and Natsuki out the door as they chat between each other. Eh? I turn around. Sorry? Sorry. I realize I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best way, yes. I was actually thinking about that right now, Starbane. Actually, I think after this conversation, I have to end it. But we'll do next time. We'll pick it back up. Because I think it takes more hours to finish it than I have left to do things. I kind of forgot this opening part to the game was as long as it is. Anyway, yeah. Alright then. You and I exchange phone numbers. Okay. Then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. Huh? My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought that I would be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. Ah, that makes sense. My thing is I'm going to lose the voices by next week. The tenuous grasp I have on them to begin with. But if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house. Well, alright. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decided not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter much either way. So I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. That's always the struggle for me as well. I hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not clearly as creative as you are. Or nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Chiron. I think that we'll make a very productive team. Even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something. Wait. You don't actually think that, do you? She does think that. I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. But Yuri thinks to herself with an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? I didn't realize. I'm telling you, I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She's thinking too much. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah. I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out the door and Yuri follows. I can't believe this. Yuri is going to be coming to my house on Sunday? My anxiety shoots up through the roof. Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside the school. Anything could happen. Because apparently we don't have parents. More than that, she told me that she was looking forward to it. Is this the chance I have to make something happen between us? Was it too early for that? Only time will tell. But until then, I won't be able to take my mind off it. I seriously can't wait. Well, our protagonist can't, but we can. Yeah, we're gonna have to. I think it would take me at least another 2 hours to get through everything, and I don't have that kind of time, unfortunately. So let me think about what I want to do with that. Okay, I have a question. Everyone here that is interested in watching the rest of this next stream, I know a lot of you guys work, so here, I want to end my recording for the stream here. So, Anyone who's been watching this on YouTube, thank you for joining us. We'll get there next time.